better. All right. Ah, dear. I'm going to do a video over the next few days. Obviously, as you know, I've taken a bit of a break, so the videographer that I was don't work with anymore. So I've been basically interviewing and stuff to replace him, so I can actually make you some cool stuff which isn't the same as what other people make. Gary, you alright? But I just want to lay out as calmly and intelligently as possible what today means, what the future holds, how we should talk about it, and how we should address it. And this is just my opinion. I'm not telling you how to do it. I want to engage in a conversation. But before we have that conversation, I think the most important thing we should do, I just want to say before we start, we're all hurting. We're all in a state of flux. We don't know how to deal with this stuff anymore, really. And we're all in a position where it's going to be a difficult conversation to have. So we just need to talk about it as calmly as we can, and let's try and not get at each other's throats. That'd be quite nice, because my Twitter, I put one tweet out and people are already trying to fucking kill each other, and it does my head in because I just want to talk about it. But shit, man. I'm not going to say I went into this game already writing it off. To a certain extent, yeah, I guess so. But you kind of wanted to go into it, go, do you know what, as long as we give 100%, that's all I can ask for. And, you know, if you look at the last game against City, we were unfortunate. Sorry, it's really annoying. It's just not as nice as I like it. That's better. We were unfortunate. It's not something where I look at it and I go, do you know what, in that last game, it was a really, really shit 10 seconds. But other than that, we were all right. That was how I addressed it. That's how I looked at it. I thought, do you know what? Okay, it is what it is. We move forward. We've got them again at the weekend. Hopefully we can replicate this and maybe do better. And, you know, we change the side around a lot. You know, it's going to happen. It's the FA Cup. I expect nothing less. But there are so many deep-rooted issues at Chelsea which came to fruition today. When I say they came to fruition, they've come to fruition on multiple occasions. Junior, how are you, mate? On multiple occasions, they've come to fruition. But every time it's been a quick fix, which has been covered up. You know, brought in a new manager, won a trophy, we're all happy. And don't get me wrong, all of those are great things. I love it happening. But as much as I am not a fan so far of Todd Boehly, I'm not. But, you know, I don't make the decisions. I look at it and I get a gut instinct and it doesn't sit well with me. That's just how I feel. But the overall and overarching thing that I've found, and I respect him highly for, is he has tried to deal with those situations we're struggling with. If we go through all our previous managers, right, and we go, let's start from second stint Jose, okay? So you go second stint Jose, you go Conte, Sarri, Lampard, Tuchel, and, you know, that was kind of, we'll say that was the cut-off. Obviously you've got Potter now, but we say that was the cut-off because that was the last coach under Abramovich, right? That period, very successful. I loved it. It's fantastic watching Chelsea. We were winning leagues. Well, we won two leagues, won a Champions League, won FA Cups. You know, we won a League Cup. We did well. And, you know, it was fantastic. However, if I also look at every single one of those managers, right, every single one of them stated the same issues. Issues with player power, issues with recruitment, and issues with how the club was run in certain sectors. Now, Boehly's come in, and straight off the bat, he has gone and tried to rectify that. Now, I was very vocal about how much I disliked the amount of time it took him, because that was an issue. But you know what, he's done it now. We talk about recruitment, okay? Out of all those managers I've stated, the last probably, I think, perfect or nigh on perfect great transfer window we had, with benefit of hindsight, because I know my tweet loves to do that round up fucking Lukaku, but with the benefit of hindsight, the best window that we had was the summer 2014 one. I'd just finished my GCSEs, okay? We signed Costa, we signed Fabregas, we addressed areas of issues that we had, and we pushed forward. We signed depth as well on Felipe Luis. You know, we had some great quality, right? That was 9 years ago. Since then, you could argue maybe Conte's first summer window. You know, we brought in Kante. Obviously, that's a great signing. But then look at the other signings we made in that window. And then the one afterwards, don't even need to talk about it. The one after that, we didn't even have one, did we? No, we brought in Jorginho. Many questions asked. Manager was backed, which is great. But, you know, wasn't given the time to develop and push and do what he wanted to do. But overall, I would not say it was the strongest window. So straight away, Bowley's come in, and after struggling in the first window and looking like he's learnt his lesson, he's developed this transfer and recruitment squad. You know, these 5-6 guys which are supposedly going to make a big difference. Okay, I say supposedly because we don't know yet, and we won't know at least for another couple of years. That's just how it is. It's going to take time. The reason I also say that is because, oh my God, there is so much work to be done with this squad. Okay? Look at, I don't know, let's talk about the player power issue. Let's talk about that, right? There is a definitive issue within this squad with that, and I think there are a lot of players that might be at fault. I think Mason Mount could be one of them. I don't know. Jorginho, definitely one of them. You know, he strikes me, and me and my dad had this conversation. He made a very, very intelligent, smart point. There are some cases where people have to be managed out. And I think that might be the case with Jorginho. We're struggling to agree a contract. Clubs are interested. Oh, no, you got to go. Oh, it's a shame. Thank you very much for the memories. You had a great few memories with us. You know, you made some fantastic appearances. You had a great stint when we won the Champions League. You were fantastic in that period. Thank you very much for everything you've done, but we'll see you later, okay? So we're moving players out to bring players in, to build a squad, to build an image. The biggest problem we've also had is we've had a complete lack of image over the past 10 years. Ever since you lost that core of Terry, Lampard, Drogba, Cole, Cech, ever since that team dissipated, we've not replaced them. And obviously, and I'm not going to say you can directly replace players of that quality. You can't replace quality and that ilk very easily. Okay? But throughout the period before that, we were stable because we had an identity in how we played. You had a core of players who understood everything. We don't have that anymore. We've had a continuous chop and change, which has been covered up with trophies, which I'm not going to say is the worst way to cover it up. It's great. I appreciate it. Like I said at the very top, I loved every single minute of it. But, my God, right now, we're in for a period of change. And that is how it is. It is. There's literally no other way to describe this. If you want continued and sustained success, we are going to have to deal with a lot of this pain. A lot of this pain. Now, hopefully we don't go down the Manchester United route, which is just throw money at the problem and then hopefully it'll fix itself. Because guess what? It does not work like that. And you're stupid if you think it does. I hope we go down the City route. I hope we go down maybe even the Arsenal route. Fucking can't believe I'm saying that. If you look at the City route, for years, even before Pep Guardiola arrived, they were building. They were facing roughly smooth. They lost 8-0 to Middlesbrough. They then continued to build. They had other bad results. Even in Pep's first season, everyone expected him to deliver and he didn't. But guess what? It took time. They developed. They moved forward. They made a difference. And everything that they do with that, you are now seeing the rewards. That's not even their first team that was out there. But the commentary made a very, very good point. There was a great metaphor saying it's like a machine. Yes, it is. Because guess what? They're well-oiled. They know what they're doing. There's a culture that's been developed at the club. And everyone knows their role and how they do things. Now, I've mentioned Pep. We'll talk about Potter. He might not be the guy you want. He might not be the person who is going to bring us all that success. I don't know if he is. I'm in the same gate as a lot of people. You know, I'm there going, I think he's a very, very good coach. Is he the guy that's going to make a huge difference for us? No, I don't think he is. I think he's going to be the guy that lays the foundations. But to do that, he's got to get rid of all the shite first. He's got to develop everything before he goes forward. That is not an easy job. Not to mention, right, he's come in with players that weren't signed by him, with players that aren't all fully fit. We've basically got nearly a full 11 of quality off the pitch right now. Okay, he's working what he's got. He's got to redevelop. Oh my God, it's going to take ages. It's going to take ages. This is not an overnight job. This season, and I said it in July, and for people that have followed me for long enough, and saw me on Rentz's channel, and saw me talking to Eunice Patty, and saw me talking to Alex Patty, my God, how many fucking times do I have to be right before people start fucking listening? I feel like Mourinho in some cases. I say something 3 years before where people are like, oh shit, yeah, he was right. Yeah, I fucking know. It's what I do, I think. Now, it's going to take a long fucking time. This is not an overnight job. This is not something which we're going to fix in 1 or 2 transfer windows. Because the amount of players in that starting 11, you can look at and go, they won't be here in 2 or 3 years' time. They won't be here next week. They won't be here then. They won't be here for this. Rattle them off. You can do it. You can put it in the chat if you want, or you can just do it to yourself right now. Have a little think. Go, he won't be here. He won't be here. If I'm going to do it in my head right now, I've got 4 or 5 that I don't think will be here in the next 2 or 3 years. 4 or 5. So having said all of that, you've got to reanalyse and look. This will be a long time. Arsenal took their time with it. They backed the manager. They saw the rewards. Whether Arteta is going to win them a Premier League, or whether Arteta is going to be the man which is going to see it continuously through for the next 4 or 5 years, I don't know. He might lay the foundations this year, and then someone else, you know, maybe if they finish second, someone else is going to come in, take the rewards over the next 2 or 3 years. That's sometimes how it works. It is. I mean, Ranieri for us. Ranieri brought in some fantastic players. Mourinho just a little bit of dazzle on top, and there you go. Off you go. We had a side which was going to go on and challenge for titles for a decade. So, with that, you could say look at Newcastle, look at City, how they're doing things. I think the benefit that Newcastle and Manchester City had, or have in some cases, in Newcastle's case, is that it's already not cut and dry, but they've got a clean slate. Everything they've got, they've started from here to go up to here. The problem we've got is we're not here. I'd say we're here. We're thereabouts. Not consistently challenging for titles because there's an issue, an underlying issue, which we've all noticed, and we'll all talk about, but we won't say it enough. But there's an underlying issue, which means we're, that second, third, fourth, we're thereabouts. Not quite good enough, but we'll win a cup. We'll do all right. City and Newcastle have gone from, right, we're shit, we're going to go up to here. So what we have is we've got the issue of, okay, why are we not good enough? Cool, we need to get rid of why we're not good enough. But if we do that, we're going to fall to here. But while we're here, we'll identify what could make us good enough. And then we'll put that in so we can then go forward. So right away, when Newcastle and City had those issues or had their starting points, they just could go up. We've got to go down to come up. And the issue with that is, and it's the same for everyone, it's the same in every walk of life, in every single job, in everything that everyone does. If you are up here, you want to stay there. And I get that. The argument of, wish we were shit once, fucking deal with it, we should be happy with what we got. It doesn't work anymore. Because when you're successful for a sustained period of over 20 years, that's an insane time period. What can be achieved in 20 years? Because football works in cycles and everybody knows that. But what can be achieved in 20 years? You want to stay there. You want to prove your worth. You want to be adamant that you can remain a top club. On paper, Chelsea Football Club are one of the best in the world, definitely. Right now, the way we're playing and the way we are not that quality anymore. We're not. So we've identified the issues. Now we've just got to deal with it. And that's going to take time. Today is one of the bumps we are going to feel. We are going to have the absolute shit kicked out of us for the next 2-3 years. We will. We will. And it's going to hurt the pride. It will hurt your pride. It's going to hurt my pride. Fucking hell, right now I'm looking at the table, and where you could normally turn around to a Fulham or Brentford fan and go, there, it's all right. We can't even do that right now. Hell, we might even lose to Fulham at the weekend. We might. Because they're playing great football and we're not. 1 win in 7. And people don't seem to understand that. People seem to look at it and go, you need to spend this much money, you should be here. It's that simple. You're a fucking idiot if you think that. You, 1, don't understand football, and 2, don't understand the nuances of business. It's very fucking simple. If you just throw money at a situation, it ain't going to work. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm not overly annoyed because, you know, I kind of semi-expected it. I can't be. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and sort of, you know, wax lyrical. But I laid out those points. I said how I feel about it. We've looked at the facts. It's going to take us a significant amount of time. When you're putting in and identifying issues to then rebuild, don't expect it straight away. It is what it is. You know, I wish I still had the platform where I could say all of this and make sense, but, you know, it is what it is. I am where I am. Just hopefully more people fucking listen. I do strongly suggest, in fact, no, I implore you, if you go to my Twitter, there's a video which Mark Goldbridge put out, which actually perfectly summarises the issues that we've got. And fair play to him. You know, he's laid it out. So, yeah, it is what it is. We deal with the situations. People can gloat at me as much as they want. They can fucking... You could be an Arsenal fan, whoever you support, and be going, way! I mean, fair enough. You've had your time in the shit. You're doing well now. Credit to you. But we are an absolute fucking shambles. I don't think there's any other way of putting this. We are an absolute shambles, and there's not a lot we can do about it. We've just got to grin and bear it and hope that Todd Bowley, his board of directors, and everyone at the club recognise these issues and we crack on. Because if we're going to talk about Bowley and we're going to talk about Potter, Bowley has backed himself into a corner. If he's going to give Potter a 5-year deal after sacking Tuchel, but we all know that realistically Tuchel, what? He sacked himself, let's be honest. There was a big fallout between him and Bowley. That's a known fact, okay? Bowley's gone and said, I want to bring in someone for the long term to transform how we play, to transform what we do, how we operate, okay? You can't sack him now. He can't. Because if he does, it's just going to be the same shit as before. But we're going to be worse. Fucking great. It is going to be a fucking mess. So we've just got to deal with this. And I'm just going to smile. I'm not going to stress eat. I'm being a good boy so far this year. I'm very proud of myself. I had a chicken wrap for lunch. Good. And I've got chicken and rice for tea. Because I'm on game season. And I'm doing my stretches and my back sorted. And I can start going to the gym properly. It'll be fucking great. But every cloud. New year, new beginning. Clean slate. Now I'm just going to sign me some fucking players. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. It is what it is. Does anybody want to come in and talk about it? I am very happy to have a conversation. In fact, I'd very much like to have a conversation. Smartly done. You, Chelsea boys, just got to have some... Absolutely, you're absolutely right. We do need to have some patience. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people do. Just the position we're in and dealt with. Oh, great, Niren's here. Fantastic. That's going to be fun. Definitely not going to be saying anything nice. Right, coming in. Let's go. Let's start with... Oh, another Louis. Let's start there. Let's chat. Football's for losers. Let's watch another sport. Oh, dear. Oh, no, he's declined. He doesn't want to come in. Fair enough. Right, who's next? Paul Burgess, come on in, son. Let's chat. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, mate.
How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, good, good.
How you feeling after that?
I've been expecting it, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting anything after the last game, and nothing's changed for me. He's not done anything that's improved the players since he's been there. And I know he hasn't had time. And I just think that's what we got to do. We either sack the management or we give him time that he needs. And that's it, really.
So if you, okay, because this is the conversation which I've had ongoing with people over the past few weeks. When you say sack him,
well, I don't think we can. I don't think we can anymore.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But if we just hypothetically look at it, if you sack Graham Potter, who do you replace him with?
That's the problem.
There we go. That's it. And no one seems to be looking at that. I mean,
no.
if you go on, sorry.
No, I was going to say that's it. That's the problem we got. We've put ourselves in a corner now, and we're going to have to say allow him the time. I think what the management are doing at the moment is hedging their bets. They're buying all the players they can now because they know they won't be able to attract anyone in the summer that will be offering Champions League or anything. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to say, right, you're going to have that bunch of players in the summer and work with them all the summer that you need. And then that's when he's going to get the opportunity. And that's how it's going to have to be. I think we just have to accept it this season. It's done.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we have to. But if anything doesn't improve then I'll have to relook at it. But I think he just needs time. And I think, because when the summer, when the players are, we don't know who's coming in. Some's coming right at the end of the summer. You don't get the time. When Jose first came over to Chelsea, he had all the players there. He had everyone he needed, and he worked them as the team that he wanted to make. And I think that's what we've got to do. And I think at the moment, patience needs to be with the fans. I think the fans need to support the team, good or bad. We just have to keep doing it. And that's how I see it at the moment. I'm not happy, but I mean, I've enjoyed the years where we've won everything. But at the moment, we just have to accept it now. We just have to accept that this is not Banter FC. I don't want to ever be that club, but
I mean, we could go that way. It could end up like that, But it's something which we have to accept. Like you said, it's going to be a difficult period, and I think some people aren't prepared for that. I think people are so used to us winning, especially people my age. That they're so used to us winning. It's like, what is going on here? We're either going to go down a Manchester United route, or other than that, I don't think anyone's navigated the issues that we've had in terms of, being a top club, then going backwards to go forwards as well at all.
I mean, I used to go in the 80s, stand in the middle of the shed, and those were the times when I thoroughly enjoyed it, because we'd get those wins that you'd never thought we'd win. Then Mourinho came in and we were just dominant. We just won everything, and that was great. And then, I don't know, I mean, we've had hit and misses with managers since then, really, haven't we? We've had some great days, and obviously the Champions League, everything else. But I just feel at the moment we have to draw a line in the sand now and accept this is it. This is it at the moment. This is what Potter's got to deal with. He's got a lot of injuries to deal with. He's got a lot of players, like you say, with player power. They need to be moved on. They just need to be moved on and taken out of the club, like Arteta's done with Aubameyang. He got rid of him. He didn't want to play for the club. He's got an attitude. Get rid of him. Don't need him. And do you know what? I don't want to say it, but when I saw all the Chelsea players that are not playing at the moment, they're all in there, like their clothes and whatever it was. I'd rather see him, wearing the badge, wearing the suit with Chelsea on, showing that they're still behind the club. All this fancy clothing they're wearing, that needs, like Man United, when you see them, all the boys all smart dressed. That's how it should be. When you're in the dugout, but they're all in their clothing and their silly hats and everything. That's got to change for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I don't think that's necessarily as important, but I can understand why, from a mindset perspective, it might alternate how we feel and other people might feel. But I'll have to see. How do you feel about Potter then? Like, where do you stand on him as well? I know you're saying he should be backed, but do you think that...
Obviously, Louis, when I used to watch Brighton, they excited me. And when I watched them, I thought, wow, this team plays some really good football. And then Pep always had a bit of a thing for Potter, didn't he? He's always had something about Potter. So there must be something about Potter that influences other managers with his style of football. And I just think he needs time. He just needs time. The players, I'm not going to say it again, but there's players there that have been playing for some style of football that was so negative for so long. It's difficult to get it out of them because you see it, or the first thing they do is they get the touch and they pass backwards. There's no forward thinking apart from a couple of new boys where they've got no fear and they just go for it. But there's so many players that the first thing they think, pass back. And then, you know, when J5 and Kovacic are playing, the Shuckle brothers, pass to me, pass to you. And it's frustrating. You just think, get the ball out quickly. And again, there was no, Fofana came on, he had no service. So many times, Amari looked like, do you know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of when we had Salah and we had that other Cuadrado fella. He had no confidence. He's got no confidence whatsoever.
He's frightened. He's a young lad.
He's frightened. He's scared he's going to make a mistake. He's scared he's going to make a mistake. Yeah. And he doesn't want he doesn't give me the ball. I'd just rather pass it backwards. You know, the amount of times when I've seen him play in the reserves, he chases, beats players for fun. He's come up against other players and he just looks so nervous. It's going to be an interesting one. I just think I don't like the style of football Potter's playing at the moment, but I think again he's got the cards he's got dealt with at the moment. He can't really do a lot with it.
Well, this is it. We'll have to see. But anyway, Paul, I appreciate the actual conversation because it's been a tough one today. So I really appreciate that. So I hope you have a really good rest of your weekend and a good week coming up.
Fella. Well, we've got to face all the fans on Monday. God help me.
That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
I've got a Fulham fan at the moment. It's just giving me absolute hell at the moment.
Yeah, I've got it as well. I'm heading into the shop. I'm in tomorrow, so straight away I'm going to be in a barber shop, which was going to be possibly the worst place to be as a Chelsea fan right now. But we'll have to see. But anyway, take care of yourself.
Okay, really take it easy, mate. Cheers, fella.
Take it easy. Bye. Yeah, that was a good conversation. Anyone else want to hop in? Oh, Fortune, hello. Didn't mean to wave you there, but I did. Anyone else want to hop in and chat? We've got time. I'm also very thirsty, so I'm going to get a drink out of the fridge. Do I have a beer? No, I don't. I'm going to be a good boy. I have Diet Coke. Because someone's got to do a performance when other people won't, you know. I've got to keep it going positively to myself, while others might not. First one of the day as well, all right? So, fuck off if you think I'm in a fat cunt. Right. Oh, next. Who's in? Lou's back. Let's try again. Come on in, mate. Nina, hello. How you doing? Callum, hello. Hello, mate. How are you?
Mate. Not great, to be honest.
No, go on, talk to me. Talk to me.
It's not great at the moment, is it? Honestly.
No.
But... I was there on Thursday, game against City. It was better than today. Today was fucking awful.
Yeah, it was.
Do you think the players gave 100% anyway?
You'd like to think they did, and then we just outclassed. But I don't know. I don't know.
You know what I'm struggling at the moment is I don't even think there's a style of play. It's just watching it. I'm like, what are we doing? It's just so shit. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like, how do you feel? I don't know if you've been in since the beginning, where I was kind of just talking about how it's going to take a lot of time, you know. And already, I'm guessing some of your mates have opted in the chat.
Oh Jesus!
Get it out, and fair enough. But
because I'm not going to sack Potter. I don't think. I mean, that's what we've done for the last 10 years. I mean, look at us now. We're an absolute mess. I think. Look, I think it's gonna be tough, even if we sack him. or even if we give him season, this set of players is just awful. I mean, look, if we go through the squad, Aspilicueta, he's too old. Look, great servant for the club, but too old.
Yeah.
Jorginho, I think his time's done. I mean, I was trying to make a team that, like, for Fulham, I couldn't even get 5 players that deserve to play at the moment. It's so bad.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one. I think that's going to be Fulham haven't beaten us since 2006. I think this is going to be the first time where it's going to happen. But I mean, yeah, I think there's a lot of players and a lot of issues. How it gets dealt with, I couldn't tell you. But I think for me personally, the more I look at it, the more I think, you know what, we've got to analyse everything and realise that, you know, Bowley's brought in this transfer team, whether or not they do a good job, we've got 2 years to figure it out. But
I think it might be a case of take a step backwards, maybe write the season off.
Absolutely. I said that in July.
Write the season. Wait.
Said that in July. It was always going to happen, mate, no matter how much we spend.
But even, I'm looking at, like, you know this whole Enzo Fernandez deal, 120 million. I mean, that is so Chelsea, isn't it? Go and buy a midfield, 120 million. I mean, I don't know too much about this guy. Do you? I hope decent in the World Cup.
I'm not going to pretend I know lots about him. I'm not that guy. But from what I've read and what I've seen, I think he's looked like a good player. Whether he's 120 million pounds worth of player remains to be seen. However, it's not on him to that price. Is not on him. The quality he's shown has been good enough. We don't have that quality in the squad, you know, in the youth ranks either. So, you know, it might be very Chelsea, but it's something which we have to consider. Do you need to buy that quality in? Yeah, maybe. It looks like it. But then also in the summer, you know, where apparently Declan Rice is a done deal. So that's already £190 million spent on a midfield.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
It is, but again, that's modern day football, mate. It is what it is. And whether or not it's right or not, it's not in our hands. Whether or not it has an effect and a positive effect, I can only hope. You know, you look at, like I said, Jorginho's got to go. If he goes, and you get Declan Rice in, who's got the passing range of Jorginho. In fact, I'd argue it might be better passing range because he actually passes forward and can be less pragmatic.
Oh my God!
And then you've got Enzo Fernandez, you've got Kovacic, you've got Kante when he's fully fit. You've got Mason Mount, who should be playing deeper. You know, it's going to be there's a lot of options there once you have a fully fit squad. And if you can add additions to it, then it's only going to remain positive. But we've got 18 months, 2 years before we can probably even see the real rewards from that positivity. Like you said, it's going to take time. It's shit.
It's so shit.
That is not helping. But you've got to do it.
But even the whole Potter situation, I mean, to be fair, we've had about 10 injuries. You've got Mendy out, you've got Reece James out, you've got Chilwell out, you've got Loftus-Cheek out, you've got... did Pulisic get injured on first? I think he did.
In terms of the injured 11, you've got Mendy, you've got Chilwell, you've got Fofana, you've got Reece James. We've just got a centre back who's... We just need one more centre back to get injured, basically. You've got who else? Plenty of other names. Pulisic,
Loftus-Cheek is out.
Loftus-Cheek, Kante. Even though it might not be the strongest team, there's a lot of quality missing from that. So it's something which, if you analyse it and you look at it, like, it's not. Look, Potter probably to lose 4-0 on a match day, the manager has to make some bad decisions. That just is what it is. Okay,
yeah.
But then also the quality we were up against, or the quality that we were fielding. I mean, I don't know what else to expect. I was actually quite pleased when I lost 1-0 the other day. In fact, it was a really, really weird one. But
that's the best. That's probably the best we played all season, and we lost. I mean, that shows just how bad it's been.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least with first, I felt like the lads gave everything. I mean, we by the end of the game, it was basically our youth team, but at least we gave 100%. At the end of the game today, I was looking at this Chelsea team. I was like, I don't obviously I know the players, but this isn't Chelsea. I don't recognise this team anymore. I mean, the only player in the squad that's fit right now, who I rate, is Thiago Silva. To be honest, like he's the only who can keep his head up.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, Chukwuemeka, the young players that are coming through.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
If it was me right now, I'd just go for it. The
He's
season's
cool,
a write-off. Let's rebuild. Let's look at our options. But let's see. But anyway, Louis, I'm going to get some other people on so they can have a chat with me as well. But thank you for the conversation.
Cheers,
I really appreciate it, man.
All
right, take care of yourself, all right? And all your mates, you can deal with it. You'll be all right.
Cheers, mate.
Take care, man.
Cheers.
Nice lad. Yeah, who else wants to chat? You know me. I love talking shit. Although my back is fucking killing me standing like that. It's a tough one. Pulis out for several weeks. Just said fantastic. Has anyone got Pep's quotes that I can have a look at? So saying, "Oh, hello, mate. How you doing?" Yeah. Has anyone got any of Pep's quotes? Zakara has been good. Completely agree with you. £25 million, please. Get that done. We'll have to see. Let's see what else. You guys have been waiting a while. Oh, this guy was a good chat. Let's have him in. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Not. Hello, mate. How are you?
I mean, living, I guess. I don't know, man. You're
always a good chat. Let's talk to me. Come on, how you feeling?
Yeah. This was bad. This was weird. Look, I understand a rebuild, and I get it. We've done that a while, like a couple of seasons ago after the Mourinho 2016 one, and we've been through that before. But at least you would see some, I don't know, like something promising that makes you go like, all right. I'll take that bad patch, but then something will come in and boost us back again. But yeah, this time with the new management, which is really my main concern. For me, it's not the manager. I think the manager is good because look at Brighton with De Zerbi right now. These guys are killing it. They're playing really good. They're like, you can see Potter really left a good legacy at Brighton, or I would say a good foundation. But I fear it's just a right manager, a good manager, wrong time. That is really what I fear the most.
Okay, so you do you know what? I can understand why you might think that. I'm indifferent, to be honest, right now. But I can see what you mean with the upper scale management. But to contest that, I don't know how long you've been here, but when we were talking about it earlier, we were talking about how Bowley is. Again, I'm not fully convinced either.
Oh, same.
I'm not fully convinced. But if we're talking about the big issues that we've had over the past 10 years. Well, maybe not 10, but since Emanala left, so what was that, 2017? So the past 5, we've not had a technical director. We've not had someone who is, helping the manager with the transfers other than Marina, who, let's be honest, hasn't been the best.
Nope.
So Bowley's identified that and tried to address it. We won't know how that impacts the club until 2-3 years down the line. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think we need to just, deal with it. And as Paul, the previous guy, said, just draw a line in the sand. Unfortunately, this is where we are. So if you feel that way, I'm guessing with Potter, you feel that he should be given the opportunity, right? You're feeling he should be given the time.
I mean, I think look, so far I'm not convinced by what he's doing because, again, you can see he's struggling to motivate players, try to make them, I'm talking like the simple, basic things. But then I see a good performance like he did against Man City. But then I see a performance like Nottingham, which is fucking awful in every single aspect. So I can see, even you see him in press conference, you can see how frustrated he is. He clearly is just not comfortable working. Like Chelsea seems like a toxic zone at the moment to work in with player issues and, problems that basically we've masked by winning major trophies because the Roman Abramovich cycle, kept covering a lot of the cracks for years and years and years. You look at now with these new owners, is it going to work? Because right now, Todd Bowley, all right, you've sacked Tuchel in September. You didn't sack him in the summer because you knew that would 100% make the fans go apeshit crazy on you. You know what I mean? So he waited for the right time, which is a bit of a rat move, I have to be honest. It's a bit of a rat move. But fuck it, let's move on. But right now, you look at it, and I'm like, okay, if Potter doesn't work, if he doesn't pull something out, even with investment, even with the players he wants, what's the plan? Are you gonna, because he said like, I've did the same models with the Dodgers, 7 years with that manager, and we became the best team in, you know, in baseball. This is not
sport.
baseball, bro. This is not the World Series.
When he said that, I went, shit.
I'm like, Jesus, you're such a typical American. Fuck me. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know, man. This is concerning. For me, it's more about that leadership. And like, so far, he spent the money. Fair play. He does spend, but I just see he's like more like an amateur who's trying a new sport, and he's going like same thing with the Enzo Fernandez deal. Like, we look bad. Like, the fact that the Benfica manager comes out and just slander the club, I'm professional, blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, we haven't been great, but we haven't been, that's like a new low, in my opinion.
Mm.
And,
it's not great.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all.
We'll have to see, but we'll give it time. But anyway, mate, I appreciate your insight as always. Always nice to chat.
Cheers, man.
Keep him well. Have a good New Year, yeah?
You too, yeah. Cheers.
Take care of yourself, pal. Cheers. Thank you very much. Fantastic bods in here tonight. Great conversations, as always. And you know me, I love a good chat. Right, who else we got in here? Anyone want to hop in? Please put it in the chat. I saw someone put the quotes in, so let me just scroll up quickly. Cheers for that, Ed. Just completely ruined everything I'm reading with plenty of laugh. That's all good. Right, so Guardiola, I'd say to Todd Bowley to give Potter time. All managers need time. I didn't need time at Barcelona because I had Messi. I mean, you can't argue with that. At least he recognises it. Fucking hell. I don't understand why transfer was when Enzo we clean the prolific striker. We let go of Messi. Yeah, but who? Who? That's the big thing. Who is that prolific striker that is available in January? Get me in some. All right, mate. Come on. In you hop. Hopefully it comes in. Has that gone through? I don't know if it has. Oh. No. Okay. All right, then. That's not worked. Yeah, cool. All right, then. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's not been a fun few days. Let's try you one more time, mate. Come on, Kevin. I've accepted you 3 times. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I do apologise. For Fine had no service today. That's a problem. There's no creativity. Completely agree with you. Ed's laughing again. We need to find midfielders create goals and prolific player. Absolutely. Maybe from what I've been reading and from what I've seen and all that, it seems like Enzo could be that guy. But at the same time, he's had a good World Cup and he plays in the Portuguese league. I'll leave that with you. That's how I feel about that. What else we got? Yeah, it's all good. Any more quotes for me to read? Can see us trying to get Livramento back from Southampton when we get relegated as a backup for Reece. Potentially. Having said that, though, he is also out with an ACL and hasn't played since last year. But so would you pay £25 million for that? No, I don't think I would. Realistic transfer targets and which positions would I improve on? I would get. We need a new midfield. So personally, 200 million is already gone, which is, I can't believe I'm saying that so casually. 200 million pounds gone. Get me Declan Rice, get me Enzo Fernandez. Declan Rice and somehow just get this Enzo deal done now. Sorted, finished, finito, move forward. After that, you then sort of go, okay, what else can we do? Well, for a start, you can move Mason Mount to centre midfield, which is where he should be. Because right now, playing at a right wing, he's covering up for people's failures and lack of decision making. He's not exactly been great either. He's not covered in light. He's not done a lot. But playing where he should be, and then we can have the conversation about that. Here we go. Sorry, let's try him again. Come on, Kevin. Yeah, I'd do that. And then you're probably looking at having to get in a right winger or find someone and a centre forward. But that's not all to be done in 1 or 2 windows. That is 3 or 4. Hello.
Yo, hello. Wait there 1 second.
No worries at all. I'm waiting.
Oh, wait, I'm here. I got you. Got me.
How are you?
Dark in here. Wait there. Let me turn the light on. One sec.
No worries, mate. Take your time.
Fucking hell, mate. What can I say, mate? What can I fucking say?
Well, go on. What do you want to say?
Oh, where to start?
We've got time, mate. We've got time.
First, yeah, we've got time. That's what we've got, mate. We've got a lot of time. But first and foremost, what can I say? There's just 2 words I can say to get into everyone's mind to realise how we fucked up from the start. Thomas Tuchel, just the 2 words I'm going to say just now, but there's so much more than just Thomas Tuchel.
Out by any chance?
Yeah, just that's Thomas Tuchel. From when he left, this was going to happen, mate.
He didn't leave. He got himself sacked by having a massive argument when he didn't fucking need to.
Yeah. Well,
okay. So if you're saying Potter out.
One second.
No worries at all. Cool. Amy's also saying Potter. Hello, Amy. How are you? Haven't spoken to you for a while.
Yeah. So I'm not saying it's a difficult one, mate. If personally, mate, for us to get anywhere near the top 6 now, we have to get rid of some players. And the same players.
Overnight, right?
Yeah. It's the same players. Yeah, that threw Tuchel under a bus, and we can see where the problems are at. Ziyech, for one.
Okay, but let's bring it back a little bit first. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the first bit. Let's talk about Graham Potter, right?
Yeah.
You're saying Potter out now. First, why? And then I'll get into the second part of my question. But why? Why are you feeling that?
I just think we need a manager that's experienced at this level. I don't think Potter is experienced enough. I think he's done a magical job at Brighton, which is not, for me, that's not going under the carpet. We all know the job he done at Brighton was brilliant, but when it comes to the pinnacle, like even his press conferences, you can see we want someone. For me personally, I'd want someone that's a bit more passionate in the press conferences. He doesn't come across as that person, and that's going to wash up on the team. I don't think the team right now is taking him seriously. That's why the performance is going backwards.
Okay.
I think if we had someone a bit more hard-faced, there's not many managers around. Luis Enrique is probably...
Really? You'd want Luis Enrique? Because that was going to be my next question, is who? Because you can't get rid of him and then go, right, shit, we're in the middle of January, we can't fucking sign it, we can't get a manager.
Yeah.
So, realistically, he's not going to go in January. That'll be nuts. So, if you're looking at this now and you're going, cool, who would I replace him with? Give me your... Can you kick... I couldn't do it, but can you formulate a top 3 and then also give me the reasons as to why? For each person. Because if you're struggling to think about it, there is an issue.
Yeah. It is a difficult one. For me, okay, I know a lot of people are going to be against what I'm going to say now.
It's your opinion, mate.
I'm in dreamland. But if I was going to go for number 1, it'd be Thomas Tuchel. I'd swallow my pride. If I was Todd Bowden there, I'd swallow my pride. I'd be like, yes, I made the mistake. Get him back in, because he's the only person right now that knows the players, who needs to go, who needs to come in, because our performances have gone 50 million times backwards. Now he's gone.
Okay, that one just factually is unfortunately dreamland. So we've already said why. So again, let's move that aside.
It's dreamland.
Give me some realistic ones you think could actually work. And if you can't, we're fucked.
Mate, I'm being serious. Luis Enrique, reason why?
Okay.
The only reason why he left Barcelona is because of the situation with his daughter. When his daughter died, I'm sure that's one of the reasons why he had a couple of years out. And obviously he's gone into Spain, and from what I can see at Spain is they've still got a good philosophy in how they want to play. When he was at Barcelona, he got rid of a couple of players that wasn't playing properly, and I think that for me, his philosophy on the team, and just because he's got the experience at that level, I think he'd probably be a good shout.
Okay, so
just because he's got the experience in Champions League and the pinnacle.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Can I'm going to contest it, obviously, because that's what conversations are. I don't think the style of football was what Todd Bowley wants. Firstly, I don't think Luis Enrique's football was great. I think, let's be honest, the quality he had at Barcelona, he was carried quite significantly, as we've seen since with Barcelona. So is he a man who could build a project? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not a terrible shout. But I mean, personally, I wouldn't have it. But you know, it's that's fair. But have you got anyone else in mind? No. I mean, look, I had Pochettino earlier, which
no.
It's insane, but you know, that was a mad sport. Luis Enrique is not a terrible shout. I don't think Poch is a terrible shout, but again, lack of trophy experience.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Poch is a good shout if he was an ex-Spurs. That's the only reason why a lot of us will get on his back. Say if he lost 4 in a row, we get on his back straight away. It'd be 10 times worse than what it is now with Potter.
Okay, so therein lies the issue. So if we're already looking at coaches, do you think this is going to take a long time, right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll
I think get back to the manager. I think for a quick fix, and I might sound freaking. A lot of people are going to be in the messages saying this guy's lost his marbles and what fucking drugs has he been taking. God. I'm not on anything. Jose Mourinho's been taking it. Look,
sorry.
Let me just break it down. Why I think Jose wouldn't be a bad shout. Because he knows the club inside out. The players will respect him. As soon as he walks through the door, he's going to get the respect anyway. Yeah? He's not going to take any shit from like the fucking Ziyech's, Aubameyangs, all these players that should have been nowhere near him. They'll be gone straight away. I think Potter...
Like that. They won't be gone straight away. No one wants to buy them, man. No one wants to buy Ziyech. AC Milan will have a deal. Aubameyang won't be going anywhere. He's a £10.2 million player. He's going to run down his contract to be gone at the end of next season.
Saudi Arabia, apparently.
There is so much going on that, and this is also not a quick fix. Numbers wise, we aren't far off top 6. Numbers wise, football wise, we're a long way away. But realistically, therein lies the problem. For me, that is where we need to understand it's going to take time. We are not going to be a top 6 side for the foreseeable next couple of years, in my opinion, anyway. But I can see someone's in with you, mate. So I'll let you crack on, mate. I'm gonna get some.
No, you're right. What was that? I'm alright. I'm cool. Yeah. So
it's right, no.
It's not a problem that's going to go away overnight. What's come out? I'm on the live. Well, yeah. It's not a problem, like you said. Everyone said that Potter's going to be given 3-4 years for this project, and look, after 3 months, look at the pressure he's on already, and you can see it already. I don't think he's hard-faced enough to get rid of these Ziyech's and these Aubameyangs and the players that we know that don't want to play. I don't think he's going to do it overnight. See if anyone else will come in. They'll be gone straight away. Ziyech, you can clearly see.
In January.
Just get them gone.
It doesn't work like that, man. It doesn't work like that. You and me both know that. It doesn't work like that. It's
well, for one, Aubameyang apparently wants to go to Saudi Arabia, and there's been talks of him going there. Ziyech, we've got to cut these people at the team because they're not good for the squad. When they're sitting on the bench with a face on them, it's affecting the whole squad. You see what I'm trying to say too? So we need to get rid of... These are the same players that threw Tuchel under the bus. This is one of the reasons why Tuchel's not there as well. Because Tuchel didn't want him there. Yeah. And look what happened to him.
Also because you have to get the right deal. You can't just get rid of people because that's not how... It's just not how it works. You've got to play the politics sometimes, unfortunately. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it. Because I think past couple of games, or not today, Ziyech in the last game I thought was very, very good. I thought, you know what, fair play to him. He turned up. He's brought this form which he had from the World Cup, and he looked okay. Today, invisible. I think that obviously, you know, you said as well, Aubameyang was invisible. In fairness, he did take up some good positions in the last game, but it didn't help that Havertz couldn't find him. Havertz is one which
Havertz is another one. You know what Havertz is? I just think I've give up now. I think, yes, he scored the goal in the final and everything else. But consistently, is he going to get you 20 goals? He's had enough chance. He's had 3 seasons, isn't he?
But he's not a centre forward. Therein lies the problem. We've not, like you said, we've not got a centre forward. We signed him for his creativity. We signed him for what he did in the Bundesliga, further back in the pitch. And when he has played further back, in fairness, I think he's been quite good. He's just not had the assets around him. He's the sort of player which apparently we want to build around him for the foreseeable. You know what? No, you can see the thing is, he will go somewhere and he will do very well. He's a very good player. So I'll have to see. But I mean, there's lots of people to talk about. Anyway, I'm going to get some other people in.
Just touching up on what you said about the transfer windows before we go. You was right. The last transfer window we had, 2014, was a good one. Yeah. Our transfers since then have been abysmal. Kai Havertz, Ziyech, all these players, Pulisic, they're not cut out for the Premier League. It's blatantly obvious they're not cut out for the Premier League. It's a physical league. They're getting pushed off the ball all the time. It doesn't seem like they've got the fight and the passion to be playing for us. So there's obviously I agree with everything you're saying, but that's one thing that I can say. Our transfer windows going forward have got to be a lot better.
I agree with you.
A lot better.
Only time will tell that, but I really appreciate the chat, mate. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So we'll definitely do some more of these, yeah?
No, nice one, brother.
Awesome, pal. Take care of yourself.
Cool. See you later.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
Cheers. Thanks. Bye-bye. Right, who else is hopping in? Come on, let's have a chat. Amy, you've been extremely vocal in this chat. Do you want to hop in and talk some shit with me? That would be great. And we can hop in for that. I'm going to move because my back is killing me. That is awful. I'm going to move to my sofa and put my feet up. Oh, actually, no. I'll move to my desk because that's where I should be. And the telly's gone off. That's long we've been here. But yeah, let's put this up here quick. Hang on quickly. Move this down. Sign off, men. Okay, how much is that going to cost us? Remember the Brighton director brought. Can't just get rid of players, unfortunately. Agree. The only thing is how would other managers cope with having 10 first-team players out, if anyone? Exactly, Ben. It's a very, very good point. Very good point. At the minute, even the buyback clause for Tammy looks better than what we have. He was all right for us. He was all right. He wasn't great, but he was all right. Amy, are you coming? What's going on? Let us know if you are, Amy, and I will wait and continue to read comments. But other than that, I'll get someone else in. If Potter is out, I want Diego. Diego Simeone. No, fair enough. Thank you for being so brutally honest, Amy. You coming on? No, fuck off. Yeah, fair enough. Can't argue with that. Diego Simeone, I don't think would work. We'll have to see. It's an interesting one. Right, who else wants to come in? Come on. I'll do, what time is it? Right, I'm going to go until 8, if I can, if it'll let me. Jordan, come on, mate. In you come. Let's have a chat. I've got no makeup on. I'm eating. I've got no makeup on either. I'm not eating dinner. I was going to on live, but probably not the wisest idea. Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Well, not really. Not that great. Not great at all. Not great at all.
Talk to me.
Oh, where do I start? Embarrassing. It's not the fact we lost 4-0. It's the manner how we lost it. There's no passion. There's no desire. There's no commitment. It seems to me the players have down tools. Like we've seen this every single match we've had. That whenever we have a bad form, our players seem to down tools. Like I just can't understand what I'm seeing right now. I've never seen my football club crumble like this. That I've been supporting this team since the day I was born, and to watch this, it's embarrassing. Like 10 points off top 4, 1 win in the last 10 matches, in 10th place. I mean, there's no words. There's no words. I mean, there's bigger problems.
Yeah. So let's breathe. listen. As a man who had, you think, you know what I've done. So let's not go down that route. To deal with that then, okay. So you're saying this happened with every single manager, as we pointed out when we were chatting earlier. And I was saying earlier, we've had this issue on multiple occasions. To that end, then, do you feel that do you stick with Graham Potter? Do you give him that opportunity to build, or do you look elsewhere straight away?
I mean, if we get rid of Potter now, who is out there though? If we get rid of Potter now, it's gonna be pointless. Like, who is there? And I've said this many times. Potter needs time. He's coming few months after Tuchel steps. That he needs time. His football is gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Like, it's not gonna be a quick fix. It's gonna take 2 or 3 years to understand Potter's philosophy. He needs time.
Absolutely.
But what he's not doing is not helping himself picking players that are playing poorly. That there are players out there that deserve to play. Now, I can't understand why Chukwuemeka didn't start. When he came against Man City on Thursday, you saw the impact he had. I didn't understand why he played those two, and played Mason Mount, who just came back from an injury. I would have rather started Chukwuemeka and brought Mason Mount on in the second half, which I could not understand. Well, I couldn't understand the team selection first. Like, Fofana, I saw glimpses, but again, what we are lacking is there is no creativity, and we haven't got that Fabregas type player that's gonna play that final pass. It seems the players are afraid to play that final pass. Like, there's times that Fofana was in position, but the players didn't want to pass the ball to him, and it's just.
Oh, hello, you still there?
That's. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
I can hear you, but you're being. Oh no!
Sorry, my Wi-Fi is not that great, but
He's gone.
but yeah, hang on. As I'm.
You're back. You're back.
Oh,
Sorry, Jordan. Go on, carry on, mate.
Back. Are we good? We're good. Okay. Right. As I was saying, there was times where Fofana got into good positions, but it's like the players just don't want to play the final ball. That there's no creativity. That we haven't got that. We haven't had that player since Fabregas that can link that pass. You know, like, I just don't know.
Well, it's going to be. I mean, looking for that player is going to be an interesting. We'll have to see, but it seems that me and you are on the same page with all this, so I'll have to see. But anyway, listen, go and enjoy your night as much as you can. It will get better at some point, but it's going to be a little while. So, Jordan, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate everything you said as well. It's been really good to listen to you. Awesome. All right, mate. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks.
Cheers. Thank you.
Nice guy. Right. Who else? Oh, shit. Look up here. They're not watching anymore, so I can't get them in. What are they watching? Let's have a look. Anyone else want to hop in? Or shall I call it a night? I think we'll call it. Let's do that. Oh, shit. Have I just invited someone on accident again? Didn't mean to. I'm really sorry. Surprise Dynasty. What a page. Might have to go check that out afterwards. Have a little butcher's look. Yeah, right. I think I'm going to call it there. I'll do a video tomorrow. I'm going to see if the studio's available, and I'll hop in. I need to have a meeting there anyway. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been nice to chat. It's been good making videos and shit again. More doing this. Just felt I needed to get off my chest. I need to have a conversation. I'm actually going to be doing stuff tomorrow for the byline. So if you do follow Alex Goldberg, obviously make sure you check all of that out. I'll send him some love. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go have my dinner. I will see you in a bit. Ta-ra.